Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Schmucklebuds YouTube. Long time no see, I'm sorry for that, but I kind of just want to jump into this video. So yeah, without further ado, let's just get into it. I'm sure most of you guys have heard by now that the very popular rolling paper brand Raw has gotten sued. Not just sued, they've been successfully sued by a company called Republic Brands. So I'll just start from the beginning real quick. There's a lot to cover in this, and it's all over the place. There's a lot of opinions I have, and I'll get all into that in this video. But for right now, let's just go over what was released, and I'll have kind of a wrap up at the end. But Republic Brands filed a lawsuit on HBI International, which is the parent company of Raw, a couple months ago, I believe. Now, Republic Brands is a distributor of rolling paper brands themselves, most notably OCB. So while I'm making this video, I want to make sure everybody's aware that the only source of information we have of this lawsuit actually comes from Republic Brands themselves. So the sources we're getting are biased, and that you have to keep that in mind when you're looking at this case. One side is telling their story and what happened. Raw and Joshua Kesselman, the owner of Raw and HBI, has not come out with a statement yet, and I will, if that happens, I will make sure to do a follow-up video on their statement. But anyways, the court in Illinois, this happened in Illinois, that the court ruled that Raw was in violation of Illinois' Uniform Deceptive Trade Practices Act. So the reason is the court found that Raw was not only lying about making papers in Alcoy, Spain, they were also lying about donating to the Raw Foundation, which, for those of you that don't know, that's the charity that Joshua Kesselman set up that they say some of the proceeds of Raw goes to. Well, the court found that that was false, as well as Raw not making any papers themselves in Alcoy, Spain. So, because of this, Raw now has to follow federal guidelines, or not sanctions, but there's federal demands that Raw now has to carry out. And there's a huge list that Republic posted themselves that said that Raw has to abide by these rules now. And I'm just going to go through them one by one. I'll pop up a picture of it here on the screen, so you can follow along. But the first bullet point is that HBI and or Raw operates or contributes its funds or sales proceeds to a charitable entity or foundation of any kind referred to as the Raw Foundation, or making references to the Raw Foundation in text and images. So what that means is they can't promote anymore. They cannot promote that they're giving to the Raw Foundation. That's practically what this means, and everything I'm going to read here has that precedence. They cannot promote or sell a product now because they've been found to be in bad practice. The second bullet point is that the Raw organic hemp rolling papers are unrefined, so they can't say they're unrefined rolling papers anymore, as it's a false statement in the eyes of the court. Raw organic hemp rolling papers are made with natural hemp gum, or the adhesive used in raw organic hemp rolling papers is made or contains hemp. That's a big one. The raw organic hemp, a lot of this was attacking the raw organic hemp, and it's because Raw has been attacking OCB's hemp rolling paper. So Republic Brands made it a point to drive it in, that the branding around the raw organic hemp is false. To continue, that raw organic hemp rolling papers are or ever were the world's first or world's only organic hemp rolling papers. That raw organic hemp rolling paper booklets are made in Alcoy, Spain. That raw organic hemp pre-rolled rolling paper cones are made in Alcoy, Spain. That the bulk paper bobbins used to make raw organic hemp rolling papers products are made in Spain. That raw organic hemp rolling papers are made in Alcoy, Spain, the birthplace of rolling papers. They can't put that stamp. I have a raw black right here. They cannot put, of Of course, my lighting's not going to show up, but there's a little thing under there that says "Made in Spain." Made in Spain, Alcoy, the birthplace of rolling papers. That will not be able to appear on raw products anymore. HPI shall not use its packaging a stamp including the words Alcoy referring to Alcoy. The raw organic hemp rolling papers are made using wind power or powered by wind. This one surprised me that HBI or Joshua Kesselman invented rolling paper pre-rolled cones. They cannot claim that they invented the pre-rolled cones, which I don't even think. I believe it was on Yola's podcast. Kesselman didn't even. That's where this makes me question, but we'll get to that in my personal thoughts. But Kesselman never made that claim. I remember even bringing it up in a Yola podcast. So that's why I have some of my doubts. That the OCB organic hemp papers are knockoffs, wannabes, copies, or fake versions of raw. And that's where it made me realize that this is a brand warfare problem. Which brings me into my next case. In defense of raw, this is directly from the prosecutor of the lawsuit who sued raw or HBI. This is very biased. This is a very biased source, and this seems to be the only source that any other news outlets getting their information. Joshua Kesselman or HBI, the brand themselves, have not made a statement. They have not talked about it yet. I'm sure that'll come out the next coming weeks, I would hope, to try to defend themselves, even though they did. I mean, this is implying, this article implies that they lost a lawsuit. So, obviously in the eyes of the court, raw wasn't bad practice. I feel like there's more to the Alcoy Spain story. I do think raw rolling papers are made in Spain, and I will show you why here in a second. But for now, this is really just, it's a shitty time for, like, most people smoke raw papers. That's probably right now in the current generation, that's probably the one paper that everybody knows about. So this is a huge hit to the weed community. Joshua Kesselman is huge in the weed community, very well-respected guy, and the fact that this bad PR is so big is almost kind of shocking. And I don't know how I feel about it. But my thoughts right now is it seems to be a brand thing. One brand's attacking another. Because raw was probably hurting OCB and Republic's companies pretty hard, and this is what happens in corporations, and we'll probably only just see more of this as the marijuana industry itself gets more capitalized. You're going to see a lot of... I think this is the beginning of seeing a lot of lawsuits between companies. But I did research this fun thing when it came to the Alcoy Spain statement, and that is this. If you are to look up where raw rolling papers are made of, Raw Authentic's website went down. So I have no information of knowing whether this was up before they made updates to the site or before. But actually, if you go to Raw's website, it doesn't say that they're made in Alcoy, Spain. It says they're made in a tiny hamlet of Benimmarfil, Spain. So if you look up rolling paper factories in Benimmarfil, Spain, what comes up is a rolling paper company called Iberollingpapers. So I believe, based on it being in the same exact tiny hamlet that they talked about, that Raw actually probably contracts this factory out to make the rolling papers. You can actually bulk order and create your own rolling papers on their website at iberollingpapers.es, or it's actually iberollingpapers.es. So I have a feeling this is where Raw actually does their business. It's probably with this manufacturer or factory, and because of that, Republic was able to say Raw does not own any of these rolling papers, and they're falsely advertising their product because of how Josh markets his product. But I do still believe they're made in Spain, and this was something interesting I discovered when I was looking stuff up. So in the end, we kind of just have to wait. I don't think there's any side. Nobody should be picking a side this early. It should be pretty neutral. There's still a lot we don't know, and the only source of information we have is from one side. And I'm seeing too many people already attack Raw when they haven't came out, and I'm seeing too many people already attack Republic too. It's gonna start dividing, and right now it's too early to really say who's in the right, who's in the wrong. So yeah, that's it for this video. I hope this is a new type of video for me. It's just straight up news in a cannabis topic, but it was a really interesting one. It's one that really affects the community. And yeah, hope you like the new camera. I don't know if anybody noticed. I didn't mention that in the beginning of the video, but yeah, guys, I'll see you in the next one. And like I said, if there's a follow-up to this, I will definitely try to follow up, because this is definitely a developing story. So I will see you guys in the next one.